Audio to Blender connects the audio devices on your computer and transforms sound into values that can be used inside Blender for animation and simulations. All of this happens in real time, opening the door to endless possibilities for visuals, interactive installation, and gaming. You can connect a webcam microphone, your phone, or a multi-channel audio interface. The biggest new feature in this version is multi-channel. A2B can connect to multiple audio sources at the same time. Create an input channel and connect it to an audio source. Press start and a related mesh is created. The mesh is made of vertices only and contains attributes that can be read in geometry nodes. When sampling volume, you get one vertex and one value. If you want to separate bass, mid and highs, you need to sample the FFT, which splits the audio spectrum into bands. The A2B attribute is then sampled across all the index. You also have additional attributes to control in geometry node: the number of the bands and the width of the spectrum. Here I sample the bands attribute and feed it into a curve line resampling so I can drive the attribute from the UI. I created a multi-channel setup with loopbacks on the audio interface. Add a guitar channel, and of course a bit of clavinet. And finally the drums. It's a simple animation and it runs well at 60 FPS. So let's push it a bit with some glow in compositing. Before looking at extra analysis, the other new feature in A2B 5.1, let's recap. A2B is designed to use audio as input for animations, and its output is what you see in the 3D viewport. It is not intended for traditional video production. There is no rendering, no baking. All my tools are currently developed with a real-time mindset. A2B 5.1 audio input for animation and simulation. Geometry node sound is for audio output. You can use geometry nodes to play sample, layer samples, use granular synthesizers, and even generate sound directly with an oscillator. MP2B, media pipe to Blender, AI tracking for body, hands, and face. Geometry node escape, break the limits of geometry nodes and connect them to almost any input field in Blender. So this becomes a whole family of creative tools for real-time interaction. And the real fun begins when you start combining them. Here I'm tracking the position of my face and therefore my point of view with MP2B and using GN escape to connect geometry nodes to the camera shift parameters, creating this spectacular fake parallax effect. Here I'm tracking my hands with MP2B and manipulating sound with GN sound, creating a sort of theremin. Here MP2B tracks the body and the sound of my voice generates bubbles that I can pop thanks to the proximity of my hands. Very useful. Let's go back to A2B. For each channel you can enable extra analysis. Switch to volume to avoid duplicate attributes. Channel analyses are time-based and can detect pitch, BPM, and spectral flux. Pitch gives you a float value in Hertz and show the estimate note in the UI. With a single clear sound, it's fairly accurate and detects the note, but it often gets the octave wrong. BPM is accurate with simple inputs, such as a metronome, but unreliable with complex rhythms and mixes of multiple instruments. Spectral flux gives you the difference between one spectrum and the previous one, so it can represent sound events in a more dynamic way. Real-time audio processing works incredibly well on macOS thanks to built-in core audio drivers. On Windows, you'll see many drivers pointing to the same device. For best performance, I use ASIO drivers, which is not installed by default. A good alternative could be Wasapi, which is built-in but offers lower performance. So this is A2B 5.1. Let's make audio-driven interactive art in Blender.